Just a touch of an orange is enough to make my art look so fancy.
You should really consider staying here. You don't want those bones of yours to grow brittle.
I dream thy feet upon the shore, sitting by the sea, and the moon and the ocean stole your light unto thee. I dream of the lake beneath the stars, fished by the stream, and its arms rolled above me. In the shade I lie 'neath the tree. I dream and I long.
So, sounds like you've managed to impress the great Yevony. I thought you might. Your work is excellent and just the style our clients are looking for. We've got a whole bunch of commissions just waiting around. We keep them all in a ledger at the back. Take a look and see if you're up for any of them. When you finish a commission, just bring it back to me. I'll ensure you get paid and that the client gets the artwork. We're glad to have you join the gallery.
Woohoo! Oh, fancy. Accept. Close.
Welcome back. We've got plenty more patrons interested in your work.
Do I have any... Oh no, this I'll use for something else. That's actually kind of pretty. I might keep that. That I'm gonna redo. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I gotta go up here anyway.
I do love working here in the university, even though my senior professor Esma can be a bit eccentric at times. Well, I've run some tests. Unfortunately, my findings are inconclusive. The solution seems to be mixed with so many things I can't get a clear reading of its composition. I've been thinking. Melik claims the life-giving ingredient in his potions is water from the local hot springs. I know it's a big ask, but I'm wondering if you're interested in collecting water samples from each of the 5 hot springs of Eastshade. Then we can really answer this question once and for all. No more tricks, no more overpriced traps. What do you say?
Why don't you do it?
Sadly, I don't have time to leave the university much. I've got lectures to teach, and my current research is in an entirely different area.
Fine.
Fantastic! Take these empty vials. The collection should be fairly straightforward. Finding the 5 hot springs will be the hard part. They're in all corners of the island, and some are rather tucked away.
Ah.
Oh, it's going to be another late... How's the hot...
Shut up. Nothing. Still working on it, bitch. There we go. Chickens, watermill, cob house, and a portrait of despair. Plenty of chickens. And then I'll show you what a cob house is, because I didn't know what it was, and I had to look that shit up. Excuse you, bitch. Glitching chickens. Oh, look at him. Okay. There's that. I'm gonna go turn it in before I leave.
Welcome back. We've got plenty more patrons interested in your work. Ugh, some people. So tacky.
Lonely Tower.
Hi there. I mainly work. Not to worry though. I've got just the thing. 80 glowstones. Oh. Well, if you ever do, I've got plenty in stock. They take me a good while to make, but I'm getting faster at it. Got to keep...
I'm gonna go over there. And, talk to the balloon person. Because I just did a painting of
Hello, brave traveler. I can see you have an adventurous spirit. I've got an excursion you're sure to love.
a flying excursion.
Righto, sharp as a knife you are. This here is the bursting bubble. It has the ability to take passengers all the way up to the mountaintop.
Why is it called the bursting bubble?
The ride is sure to give you a burst of adrenaline.
No. That's a terrible name.
You think so? Well, let me think. Aha! I'll call it the Sky Drop.
No.
Neverland? Curiosity
No.
Lift?
No.
Moon Shadow? Zenith?
I don't think so.
Bright Mirage?
No, I like
Zenith?
Zenith. Wait, go back.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a perfect name. Much better. Thanks, friend. You know, when I invented this thing, I really thought it was going to revolutionize transportation. Imagine just flying right up to the tip top of the world! Seems like something everyone would want to do. But for some reason, folks just don't seem to understand the idea. They can't seem to picture a balloon carrying people in the sky. I've hardly been able to get anyone out here to see it in person. Anyhow, thanks for helping with the name, Traveler. Seems to me that you're full of good ideas. Hello, good Traveler. Hope things are going well for you. As for me, I still haven't got anyone new out here to fly with me. Shame, because I know anyone would love it if they saw it.
I think I have to repaint it. Yeah, I paint it. That's fine. I'll just paint over this. No, not that. Cancel.
Just take a look at that! You've gone and painted my invention. Say, maybe this is just what people need to see to get them out here and interested in taking a flight. I've got it! How about you paint me and the balloon up in the air so people can get a real idea of how the flight will be? Great.
Okay.
I'll get ready for liftoff.
Oh, no wonder I couldn't move back any further. I was stuck on a rock.
Well, I knew it would look amazing in flight. You're pretty quick with that painting business. Here, let me add some information on there. This will work.
Okay, that's the only one I've got.
All right, that'll get people interested. Now, it's up to you to make sure the kind folks of Eastshade see that flyer. Put it up somewhere with lots of traffic. Oh, I'm sure you'll find the perfect spot, traveler.
Will do. Oh. Oh no. Alright.
Gather round. Come here, tale of trickery and wit.
Oh, here we are.
There was once a witch who lived in a tiny hut at the edge of a swamp. She was skilled in the healing arts and could cure nearly any ailment. Though she had many visitors, her truest companions were a cluster of spiders living under her table. One day, a man ambled up the path and knocked upon her door. You must be the wise witch Flera, curer of all ills. He looked around the hut with a sneer. People cross the world for your cures, and yet you live in this terrible shack. Surely folks pay dearly for the chance to continue breathing. But Flera was not one for glowstones, and she quite liked her home. She only stiffened and asked what his ailment was. So, he told her of the terrible pains and aches he suffered. Horrible scratching in his toenails, in each strand of hair, and in his tear ducts. Ah, it was a torture like none other. But he'd heard of the cure, only to be found in the swamp near her home. The only way to ease his pain? The heart root. Well, in all her years of saving lives, Flera had never heard of such a route. But the bog wasn't so treacherous, and she had gone in many times for lesser cures. So, she agreed to find the heart root, and the man agreed to wait in her hut. Flera trudged through the swamp, thick with slime, and the stinking air heavy with rot. When she came to a clearing of black clay, she thrust her hands into the wet muck, but alas, nothing. She dug for hours, her back aching and fingernails packed with mud. Finally, just as twilight fell to darkness, she found it. A spiraled green tuber, pulsing and glowing like a star. She lifted the root, heavy with swamp water, and slid it into her bag. Not a moment later, something rustled in the shadows. A tiny silhouette showed itself beside her.
You have stolen from me. That root is not yours to take.
It hissed. The witch could just make out the sight of a moss elf, staring up at her in fury. She told him of the ailing man and the power of the strange root, but the moss elf only grew more angry and stamped his feet in the swampy muck.
It's a root of poison and destruction!
He screeched.
It cannot heal anything! I curse you! I curse you to remain in this bog forever!
And he snatched the root from her bag before darting back into the night. Fleura's path melted away, replaced by a ring of identical tree trunks, branches crisscrossing, weaving a cage around her. Roots churned under her feet, and a bone-chilling mist draped itself over the bog. Flora sat down on a tree trunk and got to thinking, wondering about the man who had sent her in hunt of the root. Had he known the truth? Had he wanted to use it for evil? No way to tell, so she set to trying to remember if anyone had ever broken a moss elf curse. Just then, she felt a tickling down her arm and her leg. She fought the urge to swipe, and if it wasn't her own spiders, they brought terrible news. The supposedly ailing man had taken over Flora's hut, demanding riches and luxuries from the ill in exchange for false medicines. He'd thrown out her furniture and dumped the spiders into the rain, threatening to stomp them if they snuck back in. Now, it is often forgotten that spiders know an awful lot about a lot of things. With so many eyes and a knack for spinning tales, it's a natural skill. They knew exactly how to break a moss elf curse and set to spinning huge lacy webs, making a cocoon of the forest. They hummed softly, and when Flora cut through the silk, she was at the edge of the bog, her hut just up ahead. Laborers surrounded her home, painting and scraping, her precious herbs crushed beneath their feet. She peered through the window, and there was the man sitting upon a throne, and beside him a large pile of jewels and glowstones. Flora burst through the door, and he jumped halfway to the sun. You've taken too much! There are hundreds of jewels before me, and not a one do you deserve! You haven't enough hands to even carry these riches, you snake! Now the spiders thought this was quite a funny idea, so they hummed again, and the man sprouted hundreds of hands, and his body grew long and snake-like. He shrunk smaller and smaller before slinking under the door and out into the bog. And so, you've now heard the tale of how centipedes came to be.
That's cute. I like that. That was fun. Oh, I was going to, high traffic, it says high traffic. She wants high traffic. So, let's put it... People come here. This is a place of high traffic. We will... put the poster. Put it right here. See, it messes up as you go away, but that's fine.
My old partner, the Traveler! We've done it! That flyer really did the trick. I've just had a whole group of adventurous folks looking to take flight. Say, you really saved my invention. How'd you like to take a ride up to the mountaintop? Come on back when you're all shipshape and ready to go.
I need a coat.